Hello everybody and welcome to the second massive unboxing. I'm super excited to bring this to you. Got some great models in here. All these were from my birthday, which was on Thursday, August 11th. So that's where all of these items came from. 8 models and then 2 other aviation related items that I wanted to share with you guys in this massive unboxing. So I'm super excited to bring that all to you. And I suppose we'll start with the aviation-related items that are not models, but here we have some Posca paint pens. I saw these in one of Mile High Aviation's videos showing off how he made his Denver airport, and I figured why not use them for Fort Myers. So I don't expect Fort Myers to look as great as his Denver airport, which is unbelievable, but I will be using these during the construction of Fort Myers airport. So hopefully that will look a little bit better. At least hopefully a notable difference. The second item is a little bit bigger, so it might be a little bit more difficult to show on camera. So I'll bring it on here. And a little bit unusual, but it is a United Airlines UN-75 Hawaiian shirt. So maybe a bit unusual, but you know what, why not? So, well, here is what the aircraft looks like on there, and it's just that in a pattern. So there you go. A little bit of a different shirt here, but why not? It's aviation related, and I guess it fits the channel, so there you go. So we'll now get into the model portion of this video, and we will start with this Gemini Max Delaware Air National Guard C-130. As you may know, MSP has some C-130s based there, and even though it's not Delaware, figured might as well get this one because I still don't have any C-130 models, and I can use that for that. You may have seen my video recently about going on one of the C-130s. It was really cool and really awesome to see one of these up close and even the interior. So that's pretty awesome there. Here's the back, and I'm kind of just giving you a tour of the box while I'm talking about other things, but that's the box. This is my first Gemini Max model, so you can see the box is a little bit, it has that metal pattern on it. I'm not quite sure what to call it, but that is unique to the Gemini Max series of aircraft. We'll get the model out of here. Very nice indeed. And here we go. So now we'll get into the review of the model, and sorry about my cat who is currently eating in the background. So my cats are interrupting on my videos quite often now, in these unboxings at least. But here we have the cockpit windows up here, quite a lot of cockpit windows, as you can see. Here we have the U.S. Air Force trails up here, nose landing gear, which is quite short on this aircraft, and there is the L1 door. I presume that's still called that on a military aircraft. I'm not quite sure. I'm not as well knowledged in military aircraft, but here we have the propellers, which do spin, which is quite good to see here. They'll spin very well. Underneath the wing here we have the main gear. It also says Delaware Air Guard right there. And then we have the rear door. And then actually underneath here we have the it appears to open, but the whatever this is called, I'm not quite sure exactly what the proper term for that the rear door there is, but it does not open, but it has the outline to make it appear that it does. And then on the tail we have the first state on the little blue stripe there, and then the American flag, and some other alphanumeric Golf on there. I'm not sure if that's the registration or something. Like I said before, I don't know very much about military aircraft. But on the top here, we don't have any antennae or anything, but there are some details up there, as you can see. I believe this one in the front, that's a hatch that goes down to the cockpit, and if you saw my video at MSP where we toured the C-130s there, you saw I was able to spot from on top of that, which is pretty cool. Then underneath, we have the Gemini Max right there, Gemini Max logo. Doesn't want to focus on, sorry about that. And there's the Gemini Max logo, and the stand hole got the main gear, and then the nose gear. It's a little bit difficult because I don't want to break off the props, but there you go. And there's the nose gear. A very detailed model, a very nice model here by Gemini Max. And I do plan on including this at an MSP airport update in the future. Likely, if I have an afternoon update, I'll try to set this up if I can. It's a little bit tough because the base is not on my layout. It's just off because it's too much stuff in too small of a space. So I can't include the base of where these are based, but I can try to put it on the runway taking off or something. But hopefully in my next afternoonish, late afternoon update, that's when they normally fly around, just around the area. That's normally when they fly around in the late afternoon time. So if that happens, if I do a late afternoon update or afternoon update at MSP, I will be sure to include this aircraft in the airport update. But a very nice model indeed by Gemini Max. And our next model is the United 737-900 in the Eco Skies livery. So you may know I have my Shapeways custom of this and the Sharpie custom. It's not that great. But this will be replacing that one, and that leaves the question of what I'll turn that aircraft into. And that aircraft will be turned into a Delta 737-900. So I'll probably do a video of changing that into the Delta 737-900. Of course, I will have to white it out and then redo it. It'll probably still be with Sharpie, so it's not going to look too great, I'm afraid. But you're already dealing with Delta Shapeways customs with my CRJs. So we'll just add the 737-900 to the mix. It was originally supposed to be a Delta 737-900 actually, but then I got the Gemini 737-900, and then I figured I'll do the United Eco Skies. So we'll get this one out of the box here. Actually, I believe on this box, the regular livery one will align here, and it will transition from the green, and then it'll transition into blue, which is on the other box. So here is this model here by NG, and you're noticing that the swing, it's definitely loose, and there she blows. So one wing detached on this NG Models 737-900 United Eco Skies. That's been unfortunate right there, but we'll put this one back on the model and then do the review, and I'll be sure to glue that after this video is recorded. And once again, my yellow light is being weird and making the model on camera look like cream colored. We'll get started with the review. So the cockpit windows up here, which do not actually look that light on in person. They're more just dark gray color. Here is the nose gear down there. Star Alliance logo. Here's the L1 boarding door. We have the little United Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi sticker. Here's the United titles up here. Eco Skies billboard titles below it, with a little leaf there. Here are the overwing exit and exit paths. And one of the unique things about this aircraft is the green winglet, the scimitar winglet here, which it's green on top, but just gray on the bottom. And I believe originally this did not have a scimitar, and they added that later. I thought the antenna was, and it might be a little bit off, but not really noticeable. Here is the, sorry about the bad glare here. We have the SATCOM dome up here, which is gray. Just a little bit interesting on the white aircraft. They have a gray SATCOM dome. Here is the exit that's kind of in the middle of the overwing exits, and then the rear door there. So kind of a unique thing on the 737-900, and I believe it's also on the MAX 9 and will be on the MAX 10 as well. Then down here is the registration, which is number 75432. Just add a 6 between the 7 and 5, and then a 1 at the end, and that would be a pretty unique registration, but that'd be also too many digits. Here's the American flag. You can't even see that. You kind of see the American flag. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna try to move it a little bit here so you can see it a little bit better. So sorry about the bad glare. And then the old Continental Globe tail, which this is my favorite United livery, the Continental Globe livery. Sad to see it being phased out here, but the Evo Blue livery is pretty similar, so I guess it doesn't really matter. But it's still Evo Blue is still really nice livery. And the Eco Skies is to celebrate United using recyclable and renewable materials in their amenity kits and ethanol fuel, and just promoting eco-friendliness around the world. So glad to get this livery for that reason. Of course, that's something that I am very much in favor of, and glad that United is doing that. And you know, it is the airline industry, so it's kind of hard to be very eco-friendly, and hopefully that will change going into the future with electric aircraft and everything. But glad to see that United is trying at least to be as eco-friendly as they can, and hopefully that'll proceed into the future. Of course, with technological advances, that should be. And of course, also United also ordered the electric, one of the electric aircraft. I forgot exactly what it was called, but the electric turboprop short range. I can't remember what it was called. I can put it in here, but I did see the video that they ordered that. United seems to be they seem to be doing the most interesting orders, to say the least, with their boom and the electric aircraft deals. I can't seem to remember the name of that particular aircraft, but glad to see that United is doing that and investing in some startup companies, and hopefully they will succeed in the future. But here's the top of the aircraft. I've been showing for a while here. We got the 2 antennae up there, and then the SATCOM dome. And on the bottom, we got an antenna in the front. Plenty of detail on the bottom, of course, in the NG models, and they have the 2 antennae there that are not present on the Gemini. And here are the landing gear well on the main gear. So very well done on NG on this one, except for the wing, which I can easily fix. That's not too big of a deal. I actually kind of stuck it in there pretty well, so maybe that will stay in now. So we'll see if I even do need to glue it in the first place. So like I said, this will be replacing the Shapeways Custom, so you won't be needing to see that everywhere. And this will be used as my only United 739. So I'm not going to be getting the plain livery one. But still a very nice model there by NG, and you'll definitely be seeing that in some more airport updates. Moving along here, we have the only RJ here, the Delta Connection Bombardier Mitsubishi CRJ 200. This one is Endeavour Air operated. I've mentioned getting this one before, and I finally did, so now I have both releases of the Delta Connection CRJ 200 in the current livery. So as you know, my other one is like half blue, so this one will help out in that case. Just a standard Gemini jet box here. I can get all the information on that. So this one will definitely be better in that standard. So it's not completely glued. And this will also be used a lot at MSP, Kalamazoo, and wherever else I may need to use the Connection CRJ200. So here is the model, all intact and looking very nice. And one thing that I forgot to mention with the United NG model 737-900, I knew I was going to forget it, but here's the collector card. I did finally got the green one, so they are starting to ship those out with the green card, and also you can see on the back here too. Sorry, I'm not going to give you my code, but it is now a completely green card. And so I might have to check the NG Models website again to see if they updated that in any ways, because they said they were updating their website, and I haven't checked for a while to see if they updated the Collector Rewards plan. But here is the aircraft. I forgot where I put my pen, but here it is. We'll get our on with our review. Here we have the cockpit windows and the nose gear, which is not very detailed here on these CRJ200s. It's pretty much just a stub that sticks out of the aircraft that's supposed to look like a nose gear. SkyTeam logo right there, and the L1 boarding door, which are also stairs. Here are the Delta and then the connection tiles right there. Very clean. And here we have the overwing exit and the exit path. It's just kind of that gray thing there. You can jump down over the wing. And then the move further back here. Registration is November 685 Bravo Romeo. And also up in the front here, this small little logo here at the tip of my pen is an Endeavour Air logo. So this is operated by Endeavour Air. I'm not quite sure what what that registration was for the previous airline, because I'm guessing this was not delivered directly to Endeavour. This was probably, I'm guessing this went to someone else. But I'm not quite sure where that BR registration came from. So if you know that, let me know in the comments. And here we have the two engines up here. And of course, the T-tail. Looking very nice here on this Delta CRJ200. And with the CRJ200 being a very small model, there are no antennae, which is to be expected on a model this small, honestly. We got the Gemini Jet logo on the bottom and the stand hole. Here are the main gear, which do not roll on this one. And on the top, we just have the place to cut if there is a fire, and then a beacon painted on there as well. So a very nice model. Here's a better view of the tail. There's also the luggage door right there under the engine. But we get these quite often at MSP, both Endeavour and SkyWest. So this will look very well on MSP and also in future Kalamazoo updates. So glad to get both releases of the Delta Connection CRJ200, as this will be a huge asset in the future. And I'm super glad to have it to improve the Delta fleet, of course. And the fourth model in this unboxing is the Eastern 767-300ER. This one is by JC Wings, but there is no, their logo is nowhere on this. There's nothing for JC Wings, so I'm guessing they didn't have the licensing to do this aircraft, but this was manufactured by JC Wings. But the box looking very nice, of course. Got the Eastern titles right there, and on the top of the box, pretty much everywhere they have the Eastern titles. I think on every side, except right here they have Boeing 767-300ER. But on every other side but the top, they have Eastern, but not too exciting of a box. But to OGs of the channel, you will know why I got this one, and that is because back in January of 2022, this aircraft did visit MSP, and I got it taken off along with a whole bunch of other spotters. It was super awesome to see this there at MSP. And I believe that was my first spotting video too. So if you go all the way back to the first spotting video, you will see this aircraft. And there it is out of the box. So very nice here indeed. This is, I believe, only used for charters, as this is Eastern's, whatever, their like third attempt at a comeback or something, after they initially went bankrupt, and I'm trying to find a place where the lighting isn't producing too much of a glare. I think that should be fine. I can also turn the brightness down a little bit there, so you can, maybe a bit too dark, but you can maybe see it a little bit better. Here are the cockpit windows here, and the nose gear, onboarding door, and here's the Eastern titles up here, and then the American flag. This one does not have the overwing exits, instead it has just the 4 exits going across the aircraft. So here's the L2 door. And the engine is a nice teal blue, which is a very beautiful color. That's the same color as the stripes going across the aircraft here. The top stripe and then the bottom stripe is more of a navy blue. So it's a simplistic design, but also kind of like a classic design for Eastern Airlines. As we move further back here, it's a pretty plain aircraft, but we have the registration here, November 703 Kilo Whiskey, and then below that Boeing 767-300 right there. Then the tail is also completely blank, nothing there. But we do have 2 antennae on the top. On the bottom we have one more back there. Here's the stand hole, and there are also some details there. The landing gear doors. Hit the light there, I'm trying to get the hair off. But other than that, there's not much more to go over. This model it is pretty bare. Although one thing that I did notice here, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it very well, one of the landing gear, the other one, or no, they are tilted a little bit. I think this one here on the left side is a little bit more tilted than this one. You can tilt it a little bit, but the one on the port side of the aircraft is a little bit tilted upwards, which I don't think it really affects how the model sits. I mean, it might sit a little bit banked to the right, but shouldn't be too bad there. And honestly, when it's down like this, you can't even see it, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. But the left main gear is a little bit stuck there, the gear tilt. But a very nice model indeed here by JC Wings of this Eastern 767-300. It was really awesome to see this at MSP, and it's really awesome to now have a model of it. So good job on this one, JC. Moving along here, we have the Southwest Airlines 737 MAX 8 by Gemini Jets. So as you know, I've been in desperate need of some more art livery Southwest, just plain aircraft, as I do have some of the special liveries, but I don't really have too many regular liveries. And I also have pre-ordered the NG models, Southwest 737-800, so that will also be coming in. But glad to get this 737 MAX 8. Will do very well in the Southwest fleet at many airports. MSP, got maybe Spokane, not quite sure. But definitely will be used at plenty of airport updates in the future, and I'm very excited to show this one in those future airport updates. We'll get it set here, and looking very nice right here. And this one not being a white base, that shows up a little bit better in the lighting. We'll start here with the cockpit windows, and the wheel there might be a little bit high, but it looks a little bit better than my United Max 8, which I think that wheel definitely was a bit too high. Although the you might be able to see that the wheels themselves do look a little bit weird. I've noticed that with the Max here, or here's a better view of it. As you can see, the axle is kind of going out. It's not focusing. It's like going in and out of focus, so sorry about that, but you can kind of see that axle is not really correct there. This is my fourth Gemini Max 8. I also have the United, Cayman, and American. So I wouldn't say it's the best mold out there. I'm definitely looking forward to someone else making a Max mold, because I don't think Gemini's is very good. Or it's decent, but it's not the best. And Aero Classics also isn't very good, I would say. I do have one Aero Classics Max. Here's the L1 boarding door, the Southwest heart there. Here's the Southwest titles, billboard titles. And then Southwest.com on the engines. Big Max engines. You can see there. Very nice. And then we have the winglet there. Max winglet, which we all love. Come on. And here are two antennae up here, the Satcom dome, which has a little white ring around that, and I'm pretty sure that's unique to Southwest, but it might just be because that part can't be painted. I'm not quite sure, but I definitely noticed that about this aircraft. And there is the registration, which I'll get the box for. November 873 Oscar, Quebec. And then the American flag here, and the heart tail. I wish they had some of these in the Canyon Blue livery, but it is a new aircraft, so I'm not surprised that they don't have any of these in the Canyon Blue livery. But I'm definitely going to miss the Canyon Blue livery going into the future. Here's the Southwest heart, Gemini Jet logo, and the filled-in wheel wells, which, why? And the stand hole right there. I really do need to get a proper stand for these, because I do have the Dragon Wings stand or something. That's not standard. It doesn't go with the Gemini and NG or whatever. Those are the cargo doors. That's pretty much it with this model. Very nice Southwest 737 MAX 8. Glad to have another heart livery in the collection, and we'll be getting another one soon. So great job on this one, Gemini Jets, and glad to have this in the collection. We'll be moving on to our next box. And the next one is the Gemini Jets Delta A321. It's getting a very bad glare there, but there's the Delta A321. This is just a regular 321, as the Neo is not in a 400 scale. By Gemini Jets, I do plan on getting a Neo, probably the Panda models version eventually. I'm not in any rush to get it now because it does not fly to MSP, except for the one time that it did, but that was a one-time occurrence. Maybe in the future, if it probably will fly to MSP in the future. Here's the 2017 release by Gemini Jets. And the rest of these models in this massive unboxing will be rarer models here. So here's the back of the box. Also has the curved line going up and not just the straight across. Maybe I'll see that inside, and that is a tug, which I'll just remove that from here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this open, as I'm not quite sure how to. Oh, I guess that's how, but how do I get it? There we go. It's working its way out. This was ordered through, I'm not sure who it was, but it was on eBay, and one of their things, you know, you can call it a gimmick. I suppose it is kind of a gimmick. But one of their gimmicks there is to have a tug, sell it with a tug. So I got a free tug there, and that will come in handy. So nice to have. But the model itself, as you may be able to tell, inside it is not wrapped with regular plastic. That is tissue paper or napkin or something inside. Definitely not normal, but I'll get the model unboxed here and we'll get back to the review. And here is the aircraft out of the box. We'll start with the cockpit windows up here, and the SkyTeam logo, L1 boarding door here. Here's the nose gear, Delta titles up here. Here is the CFM engine, which may be a little bit big. That might be a little bit big there. So that's a bit unfortunate, but it's not too noticeable. It's not that big of a deal. Here are the wings, of course, which are looking very nice at the winglet, the sharklet. Actually, this sharklet might be a little bit think that one might be a little bit too far angled up, but that's really minute detail and it's not really noticeable, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Is the American flag, registration November 302, Delta November, and then the vertical stabilizer back here with the beautiful Delta widget on it. Definitely use this opportunity to bulk up the Delta fleet a little bit for MSP, and this will definitely be used at MSP a lot, and also a lot of other airports like Spokane on the MSP flight, which I've only been using the thank you livery for, and I'll finally have a proper A321 to use on that route. But this model looking very nice. I've got the chance to fly on Delta A321s numerous times to Tampa and Boston, probably some other times. Those are the only two that I can think of off the top of my head right now. But flew this to Boston in the thank you livery back, which was really cool. But a very nice aircraft here. Here's the main gears. Delta belly on the bottom. I'll have to switch, turn it around. There's the Delta belly. There are any antenna on the bottom. There's the Gemini Jets logo right there. Stand hole. And on the top we have two antennae, but there's no SATCOM dome, which I believe is on the Delta A321s nowadays. I'm pretty sure that was on the NG version, which I might get the NG version in the future, but I'm pretty happy with the Gemini 1/400 scale and the Aero Classics thank you livery. And then I also have the 1/500 scale one. This model looking very nice here, and I'm glad I was able to find it on eBay for a pretty good price here, and it came with the tugs, so I can't complain about that. And a very nice model here by Gemini Jets, and it will be used a lot, so we'll get plenty of utils out of this. And just a very nice model overall, and a very nice aircraft. Of course, I love the Delta A321s. One of my favorite aircraft in the Delta fleet, and super glad to even have more of these because they fly a ton of these to MSP, and it's just great to have as many as we can for the MSP updates. So 6 down, 2 more to go to complete the 8. And Prairie Diecast, they're the one who sold me the following model. Were nice enough to send it with this little microfiber cloth here, so I guess that's either to clean my cell phone or to clean the model. I'm not quite sure, but looking very nice here. I'm glad that they had this come with it. I don't know, pretty unique there, so nice by Prairie Diecast to have that with their model. But the model itself is the Lufthansa 747-400 in the Expo 2000 Hanover livery. So yeah, this might be a little bit of a random model, but it does have, there is a reason why I bought it. And you may have been noticing all the Kraftwerk videos that I have been posting from that concert, and there'll still be more, sorry to all of you who probably don't know what that is, but there will still be more, and they'll still be coming out over the next few weeks. And that is, they had a song for Expo 2000. It's also known as the World Fair, and that song is super awesome. And I saw this in stock and on Prairie Diecast, and I had to get it because of the song. And I'll play a little excerpt of the song right now. So hopefully you agree with me that song is absolutely amazing and worth getting a model for. Another reason to get the Expo 2000 or Expo model is also have the Emirates Expo 2020 on a 777-300 is because of the possibility, the likelihood rather, that Expo will be coming to Minneapolis or Bloomington, I suppose would be properly, but that is a suburb of Minneapolis. So it'll be coming to the Minneapolis area in 2027, Expo 2027, and so want to get an Expo model just to show that I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually really excited to see Expo come here, and that'll be announced in this fall. So I'll do a video about that Minnesota is indeed picked to be that location. The top cover is kind of hard to see here. Actually, you probably can't even see it at all, but it is a little bit yellow. Maybe if I put it up against these boxes. No, you can't really see it. It is a little bit yellow, but it's not really yellow. But it is a little bit. And also, here we have a little thing. I'm guessing that's since you can remove the gear on the Dragon Wings aircraft, that's for when you do that. But I'll likely not be doing that ever, so don't really have to worry about that piece of plastic in there. But here is the model, the Lufthansa X2000 Hanover 747-400. This is my second Lufthansa model, but my first wide body, so first one that I can actually like use for U.S. airports. So that'll be nice. And I don't think I'm going to be using this at any airport updates, and at least for the time being. But it's still a really nice model to have here for that reason. And very nice logo right there, the Expo 2000 logo. That's what it looks like. But we'll get back to that in the future, or later on in this review, not really too far in the future. Here are the cockpit windows up here. We have a little Lufthansa. I forgot what the bird is on there, but the little Lufthansa logo. Here's the Star Alliance logo and the first class section up here, which is in front of the cockpit, which is quite unique. Here is the main gear, L1 door, and then the second level, which is business class. Really want to fly on a 747 one day, and Lufthansa is probably my only chance. I'm going to hope next year I'm probably going to go to Latvia again, this time with family. So I may have a little bit more of a say in which flights are chosen, so I'm going to really bid for a Lufthansa flight, because likely that'll mean flying on the 747, and I really want to do that before they die, because they're likely to die before I die, but I might have just jinxed myself. So hopefully I didn't just do that. Another really interesting thing about this model is that it has some of the windows shades down, or windows blocked out. I'm not quite sure. I'm guessing that just has the shades down, because I wouldn't expect Lufthansa to block out all of those windows. But I guess that's kind of a unique feature of this aircraft. Here is the overwing exit. It does not have any exit paths or anything. And then the two engines, which are a grayish color. And the winglets are just completely, you can see it on this side, the winglets are just completely white. Here is the Expo 2000 logo, and it also bleeds onto the tail, which is kind of cool. The vertical stabilizer there. So it's not just completely blank, it continues on there. So that is what it looks like, to kind of symbolize the mysteriousness of going into a new millennium. And also, I'm guessing that poisonous green is kind of a popular color back in the day, back in the days of early internet, 2000. But move further back here, Expo 2000 Hanover, the World Exposition Germany, the little titles down there. And it's a little bit interesting that it's the green logo, then the words are in blue and red. So you get all sorts of colors on there. And then the registration is Delta Alpha Bravo Victor Kilo, and then the German flag. And then here is the vertical stabilizer with the logo bleeding on, and then the Lufthansa logo right there. I definitely prefer the old livery Lufthansa over their new Euro white, even though their old one was also kind of Euro white. But I prefer this one because it has a little bit more color in it. I like the little yellow logo right there. But that's really the only difference from the old one and the new one, really. I just really want to fly a Lufthansa 747 one day, and I'm glad to have this model here. It is a very nice model here. So hopefully next year when we go to Latvia, I can hopefully fly on the Lufthansa 747, because I'm really looking forward to doing that at some point before they're retired. The 744s will probably be retired before the 748s. So maybe I'll have the chance in the future to fly a 748, but the 744 is probably not for too much longer. I don't really care which one I fly on. I just want to fly on a 747 because it's, the queen of the skies. Very beautiful aircraft. And you know, I don't really have too many models of 747s. I think actually all of them except for my Korean Air Cargo 748. Pretty sure they're all retired. They have the Northwest Worldplane 744 and EVA Air in Singapore 744. All those are on 1/400 scale. I also have a 1/500 scale Thai 744. But just a really beautiful aircraft. I also just realized another. Okay, maybe I do have a good amount of 747s. I also have a Alia Royal Jordanian 742 on 1/500 scale, and maybe there are some more there. There probably are. There definitely are more than I missed, but in terms of 1/400 scale, this will be a big addition and definitely a great model to have here, and definitely looking forward to Expo 2027 as well. So great job on this one, Lufthansa and Dragon Wings. That was by Dragon Wings, so a bit of a rare model because this one is by a dead company, and they're a very beautiful model, and they did a great job on this one. Not a ton of details. This is an older release. I'll have to check the box actually to see which year this was from. I don't know if it will say on the box though. I'm not quite sure when this was released. Looks like it's 2000, which would make sense if they released this in 2000, the year 2000. So, well, there you go. The Lufthansa 747-400 in the Expo 2000 livery. A very beautiful model indeed. One more model to get to here, and it is the Aero Classics Blue Box Delta A319. This one is a very rare model, and I'm super stoked to have this in the collection. This is going to be absolutely unbelievable. We definitely used a lot of MSP. Not much to go over on the box. It's just a completely blank box. The blue box models. Unfortunately, this one does not have the Delta A319 little sticker on the side, which they normally do have, but it does have this little sticker right there. So this one is almost the same as the A321. This one's 302 November Bravo, and instead of Delta November. Just noticed that on the barcode. But well, another plastic thing came down, plastic cradle, but this one out of the box, and there you go. So here it is, the gorgeous Delta A319 by Aero Classics Blue Box. And I did get this model. This was from Funny Diecast Models or whatever, Funny Airplane Models, whatever it's called. And did get this one damaged, so you can see there's a massive paint chip there. But that was as advertised, and also it's also on the bottom. Got some more paint chips down there. But I can't complain because that's as it was advertised. So it's just super happy to have this in the collection. The huge for MSP is there are a lot of times that there are A319s or A320s that I have to use the A220 to fill in for, but now I can use this Delta A319. And the main goal of this birthday haul is to try to get some more Delta narrow bodies or medium haul aircraft, really, because I definitely have a lot of RJs and I don't really need any more RJs. But it's really just the medium haul aircraft like the A321, the whole A320 family, and then also some 737s, and I will be making the custom 737-900. So I'd say it's pretty successful. We got, I guess, 3 Delta medium haul aircraft if you include the custom 737-900 that I'll be making. So we'll start here with the cockpit windows up here, and there's the SkyTeam logo. L1 boarding door, pretty similar to the A321 so far, and there's the nose gear. And there are the beautiful Delta titles up there, the Delta widget. Overwing exit and the exit paths in red, unlike the A321, which has none, because it doesn't have any overwing exits. Duh. Here is the engine, again, CFM. I believe the CFM engines are the only ones that Delta has. I'm not quite sure why. They only have the CFM, but that's what Delta chooses to have in their fleet. Here is the fence tip winglet on this one. They also only have the fence tip winglet A319 and A320, but they have the sharklet A321, which is a little bit confusing, but I guess the sharklets did come later. Here's the American flag and the registration November 302, November Bravo. There's a little bit of a paint chip on the 0 there, but that's not too big of a deal. And here's the rear door. Vertical stabilizer is a little bit dark. I would say the blue on, well, all the Aero Classics models I would say are a little bit dark. And I'll bring in my A321 here to show the difference in color. I think the A321 is a little bit more accurate in terms of the real color on the Delta aircraft. You can kind of see a little bit of the difference there. And the lighting is not making it, it's not looking exactly like that with the lighting here. The lighting is a little bit interesting, so sorry about my weird light here. But you can see that this one is a lot darker. Then on the other side, that wing is kind of all messed up, and that engine is pointed in a little bit, and then there's a ton of paint chips and glue residue on that one, so that is a bit unfortunate for the left wing, but it's also okay since this model is so rare, and I'm just glad that I got my hands on one of them. Got a stand hole in here, and then landing gear doors, and then here are the cargo doors right there. That should do it for this model. So not a super in-depth review. There are no antennae or anything. This is Aero Classics. There are no antennae. But once again, this is a very rare model, and just super glad to have one in the collection, and will be used prominently at MSP and at probably very many other airports as well. So good job on this one, Aero Classics, and glad to have it in the collection. So here are all the aircraft from the massive unboxing. There, of course, are the other two items at the start of the video. But here are all the aircraft from this massive unboxing. Super stoked to have all these in the collection, and they'll all be featured in the future at MSP and at as many airports as I can. Especially these bottom six here will be featured plenty in airport updates in the future. So I'll be looking forward to sharing that with you. And the two models on the top, while they may not be used in airport updates, will be a great display piece. So thank you all for checking out this massive unboxing, and for those who were with me in the premiere, thank you for sticking with me in the premiere. But that'll do it for this video, and I'll see you tomorrow. As always, good night. Auf Wiedersehen.